everyone see us now? I think so. I think they can see us now.
Give us a thumbs up.
Okay, yeah, they can see us. Okay, wonderful.
You're gonna bounce us off.
All right, I think we're there now. Hi, everyone.
Hi everyone. Happy birthday. Thank you, Milan. Thank you, Taylor. Lucas Aid. J.A. Hello, everybody. So today is my birthday. And I worked in the morning, actually.
Yeah.
I was on a construction site. Thank you, pretty girl. Thank you, Branjamin. You like that name?
Benjamin.
Branjamin. Yeah. Lucas A. Tanisha. Thank you so much. Hi, Taylor.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. How is everybody? Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you, Ron. I had a working birthday today, which is usually what happens to me, but I don't mind. Working is part of the game, right?
Only somebody says happy cake day.
Cake day, no cake for me.
But you had cheesecake before, earlier in the week.
Yeah, but no, I didn't eat cheesecake.
Oh, you didn't eat it?
I gave it to Rachel. So I was good at resisting temptation. I'm not supposed to eat dairy products. So I love cheesecake. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Happy birthday. Tony says happy birthday. Thank you, Tony. Chris, Lorna, Lucas Aid. So we're waiting. How many persons are on now? 28. So next week we will have a lawyer talking about what's the topic again? Trust. I had a senior movie there a while ago.
Comes in the age.
You know, 55 people. That's when it gets you. All right. So trust. What's a trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trust company. Alternative ways that you can hold your wealth for future generations.
So what kind of things you can put in a trust?
Anything.
Anything. Okay.
Yeah, money, gold, property, land and house come together, yeah. So you can put things under the trust, a business, anything you can put under the trust.
Here's a question.
Held in trust. All right.
Joseph Brown is asking, can a Jamaican purchase stock from Jamaica on the New York Stock Exchange? Can a Jamaican purchase stock from Jamaica on the U.S. Stock Exchange?
On the New York Stock Exchange.
New York Stock Exchange.
Not so sure. I'm not so sure. I don't really delve in stocks like that. But certainly go onto, you have some platforms like JMB, Jamaica Money Market Brokers. Go onto their website, send them an email. You can also send the Jamaica Stock Exchange an email and ask them as well.
Or ask your broker, right?
Or ask your broker, your personal broker here in Jamaica. Ask them if they, but I would imagine the stock exchange is international, correct? So the brokerage houses tend to operate internationally.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so they should
Or
be
maybe even they even partner with a brokerage in New York.
in New York, yeah. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you. Thank you so much for the happy birthday. Finesse says, wow, she's beautiful. Finesse. Thank you. Well, the makeup is compliments of my other daughter, Rachel, who actually went and did a makeup course at, where did you go and do the makeup course again? Hi, Debbie Ann. Thank you so much, Debbie. As a matter of fact, Debbie's the one who, for these earrings, right?
Yes,
And those that Tony and having their ears. Thank you so much, Debbie. He said, well, check out the Debbie earring them. Guys, you have to buy earrings from Debbie, you know. Buy earrings from Debbie. Debbie, you need to tell the people your phone number, them can't call if you get the earring. Tell the people your business phone number or your, what is it, Instagram handle? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
I'm learning everything digital. So I'm learning more digital words. So I used to focus on financial education. Now I'm focusing on digital education. Thank you, Ricardo. Happy birthday. Ricardo looks like my brother, man. Ricardo Davis.
Maybe you're related.
Maybe we're related.
Oh, there's a question. Do you have any properties for sale for $3 million? Melissa is asking.
Last properties we had in that price was Palmbrook Estate. Land, quarter acre. Amenities, swimming pool, full perimeter fence, 24-hour security, football field, hard court. So many things. What else? Buy the land, build your house. Those are now at 4.5. What can we get for $3 million now?
Still can get land in Clarendon.
Yes, can get land in Clarendon. From in the other parts of, you don't see anything else selling in other parts of Jamaica? For
I
land.
really checked.
You can get a piece of land though for $3 million, but it's not. If you get it in St. Andrew, it's up in the hills, everybody. So like, hi Xander. Say hi to the people, Xander. Say hello, everybody. So Xander going on like him big.
Need to hold him up or he's not gonna be on screen.
Or low end screen.
Exactly, it's low end.
Okay. Xander, you don't need to be on screen. I know you're hearing him. Can't see your head. He's out there. Can't see your head, right? You see yourself, Xander? It's everybody. Or it's just me, you see now, Auntie Tony. So, for $3 million, you're going to get a piece of land for $3 million. What can you do with that land? You take that land. So if you have NHT will give you 2.5 million for the land, and you have 500,000, you can buy the land. So I've had clients who have taken a loan for 500,000. So they actually took a loan for 750,000. 500 was the deposit. NHT gave them 2.5. They bought the piece of land. The other 250,000 they use it for legal fee and sale agreement money and those things. So they didn't have any money to start with actually. But what they had was some strong ambition. That young lady who called me, I can tell you, very, very strong ambition. No more than maybe, she even younger than Rachel. She has a baby, 2 years old now, Jay. But she is like, you know, when she called me and she said, Miss Davis, I want a land, I see you with a piece of land up in St. Mary for $3 million. And I picked them up and I carried them. I think it's she, her mother, and her husband, and her son.
Everybody.
And I showed them the land and them say, she said, yes, she wanted. So I said, so much money you have? She said, Miss D, I don't have no money. So Miss D, don't have no money. No money, you know, I'm asking, do you have your deposit? Do you have your pre-approval letter? And so on. But I knew she was young and you know, something in my heart told I wanted to help her because I remember myself
at that
age trying to, and you know, and I took her.
And she has the ambition to start looking for property in her 20s. That's good.
That's good. Yeah, I don't even think she reached 25 yet. And she actually went, saw the property. She said she don't know, I don't want to there. I don't want it. I said anyway, go get the NHC letter. Them got the NHC people. They must go 4 times. I couldn't get the letter. And she said, Miss D, you have to come with me because I don't know what we're doing wrong, but them not give me the letter. And ladies and gentlemen, I went there today, said good afternoon to the rep, sit down beside them, and never said nothing else. I never said another word in English.
Let her come.
And the lady gave her the letter. She said, Miss D, you see, if you don't want the letter, she wouldn't give me the letter.
Lady just saw it and Miss Deeming serious.
Hey, I say good afternoon to the lady, quite polite, and sat and wait out and she talked to them, and even one at a time, she had left something, left some document.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I interviewed. So I said to them, will this stop her from getting this eligibility letter today?
Mm-hmm.
And the lady, no, she said to her, she can't send her back again. So she got a letter. And then when she got the letter, we just stepped across the street. And this is in Ocho Rios. Those of you who know Ocho Rios, you have National Housing Trust on the side road.
Mm-hmm.
You have Jamaica National across the street. And you have a Scotia Bank at the next corner. So we just went across the road to Scotia Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Walked into the bank. I signal the security. I said, security, I need to see a mortgage officer.
Right.
He said, yeah, man, you have two. You have so-and-so who's a female. You have so-and-so who's a man. I said, I take my chance with the man, every time. I said to him, I see the gentleman, I'll wait. Signal to him, call him, count, and him said, yeah, man. I said, we're here for a loan, He said, okay, have a seat, I'll be with you. Ladies and gentlemen, the bank locked with us.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't come out and there must have about 6:37.
In the night?
In the night.
Wow.
Signed off with the loan. Because I took the same job letter, pay slip, and so from that they had at NHT trying to get the eligibility letter.
Yeah.
Walk across the street to Scotia, sign the loan.
Okay, that's good.
And they got the 700 and almost 50,000 in their bank account, and then they work with me from there. I said, listen, this is how you deposit, don't spend it. This is how you lawyer, don't spend it. Don't spend it. I will tell you, say, especially the wife, the young lady I call her my daughter now. She said me's her mother now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's everything I said she wants to do, she do it.
She do it.
And her husband just follow suit and him say, yes, Miss D, that's what we're gonna do, and they were good.
Miss D had a real big money. She can never go wrong.
As Tony singing the song, is him sing the song, him pen the song,
Mm-hmm.
what you call it? Write the lyrics,
Write the lyrics.
and him
Voice
sing
it.
it.
Sing it, right?
Voice it. So that young man is O'Shane. Thank you so much, O'Shane.
Mm-hmm.
For the big woman song. I was on a construction site when him drop it on my phone, on my WhatsApp, I listen to it, and the whole site started dance.
But I think the song represents your journey with them.
Yes, it does
Yeah.
represent it. And so that's Maydeen, his wife, and O'Shane. Thank you guys so much for that song.
Somebody says Xander is going to be a real estate tycoon.
Yes,
Keep
Xander.
him involved.
Yes, Xander.
Yes, Xander.
And this thing, he's going to learn by what we call osmosis. Because in the space, you learn.
Yeah.
All right. So $3 million got them a piece of land that was not last. Was it last year? Yes, it was last
It was
year.
last year. The top part.
But top part of last year.
Yeah.
That was before COVID hit, actually.
Yeah.
Like in March, they got their name on the title somewhere in February thereabouts. But they started the journey the year before that. So $3 million.
If somebody's answering the question, you can't purchase Jamaican stock. You can't purchase Jamaican stocks on the NYSE, but you can pen a broker account via brokerage house here in Jamaica, which will allow you to purchase any local stock via the GSC platform.
Any local stock or any New York stock?
It says local.
So you can't purchase Jamaican stocks on the New York Stock Exchange.
But can you purchase?
But you can pen a brokerage account via a brokerage house here in Jamaica, which will allow you to purchase any local stock via the Jamaica Stock Exchange platform. Was that the question you was asking, or was it the other way around?
The other way around. He was trying to find out if you can be a Jamaican and purchase, I guess, stocks on the US exchange.
On the New York Stock Exchange.
Mhm.
So if anybody is on the, you want to see yourself? Look, you that. You see yourself? You see yourself? Hey, look at them. We're looking intensely. What
Yeah,
is it?
I know.
What are you looking at? You see yourself up there? You're wondering if that is Sander? Hmm?
Yeah, he's so serious.
How now you can retire and write that book? Devon, yes, I need to do that. That would be at 55 I did say I was going to retire. So this is my retirement year. Supposed to be wrapping up some stuff, handing over to these guys and getting out of here. You know,
But you're gonna steal the YouTube videos, right?
I'm gonna sail to Tahiti. There's such a country.
Tahiti.
Yes, I'll still do my videos. I actually enjoy doing the videos. I mean, it's the best part of my job, really.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't like the paperwork sitting inside the office. Oh my gosh. And I like to answer the phones too. I like to answer the phone call, talk to the people, help them along the journey, you know, give them advice what they need to do and how they need to flex and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like that part of it. You should use a song as a background music on your live feed.
Oh, okay.
Really?
We'd have to figure out how to do that.
How to do that? We are so green to this. Tony tried to use that other platform earlier on.
It's just not working.
Not working for us. We have to Sandra, hope you come technical enough, friend. Technical. So yes, grandma, this is it. Alright, so Mitch Rich. Oh hi Claudia and Tony, I've seen that.
So John is asking, for Kingston and St. Andrew, what is the minimum land size for apartment developments?
Half acre.
It's not quarter of an acre?
I've seen people do quarter, you know.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
Especially since the thing got
Since
changed.
okay, so the density is now 70 habitable rooms to the acre. What's a habitable room? A habitable room is a sleep room. So your
As in a
bathroom is not a sleep room. A room you can't sleep in.
Okay.
So your living room is considered a sleep room.
So you can have 70 sleep rooms.
Yeah. So if you have two
So if it's
bedrooms,
a one bedroom complex, you can have what? 35 of
70
them?
habitable rooms to the acre.
Okay.
So let us say you want some studios where there are no walls, just the bathroom wall.
Mhm.
Everything else open, the bedroom, the kitchen, and so on.
Mhm.
Remember, the bathroom is not considered a sleep room, right?
Mhm.
So you can get 70 studios on the 1 acre. So if it's a quarter acre, that would be how much? Somebody do the max, half of 35.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
17.5. So that's what you would get, about 17 studios, right?
Mhm.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you. Enough health and wealth to you too. Yvonne, excellent question. Milan.
How many mortgages are you allowed to have at one time in Jamaica?
Any amount you want.
As long as your salary.
As long as your income can afford it.
it.
Any amount. Jamaica not restrictive, you know. I want it to
Property.
buy property. Yeah. It just depends on your earnings, right?
Mhm.
They do use, I think it's 50%. Used to be a 50% ratio that they use to determine. So if your rent, so let us say you buy property number 1, they're saying 50% of your income is for loans and so on.
Right.
So let's say you're earning 100,000 a month.
Mhm.
They're saying 50,000 out of the 100,000 can be for loans. What happened to some of you is that you have student loan, you have car loan, you have demand loan, you have all kind of loans before you get to the mortgage loan. So yeah, let us say it's 50,000 you could have paid for mortgage. Then you are, what do you still have available in the belly? Because we'll answer that after. Remember that question, Tony.
Mhm.
So what happens is that 50%, if you're using 30,000 for a car loan, 10,000 for a student loan, that's 40,000. Then you're going to take a demand loan and you have 5,000. You only have $5,000 left to pay the monthly mortgage. $5,000 can probably only pay, you can't even pay
$5,000 cannot pay any kind of
mortgage. No, I mean,
You can't pay the insurance on the mortgage.
but man can pay maybe $500,000.
Why would you need a mortgage for half a million?
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's how you jeopardize yourself by getting into these mortgages, right?
Mm-hmm. Alright, I think we.
So which construction site
Hold on,
you visited
I think
today?
there's-
I was at Vista Del Mar today. That's in Ocho Rios.
Claudia,
We're doing some drainage also in the footing. So that's where I was today.
Claudia and Tony, still nothing for Portland yet? Don't retire as yet. You need to sort out that before you retire. Yes.
Yeah, I need to go there.
We need to go Portland.
Alright, what was the question I said? Don't miss it. Something about Ballater.
Mm-hmm.
We have duplexes now.
So 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom.
2 bedroom, 2 bathroom duplexes and 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom duplex. So that means people join on one side.
No, No, we have 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom duplex and 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom duplex.
Oh yes, I keep saying the wrong thing. So we have 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom duplexes. Those are for 10.5 million.
Right.
And then we have 2 bedrooms, 2 bathroom duplexes, and those are for 30 million.
Right.
And those same duplexes have an expansion plan for up to a second level for a 3-bed,
3 bedroom,
is it 3 bathrooms?
3 bedroom, 3 bathroom.
Right. So when you buy that now, you can extend. Ricardo says you can contact Proven. Thank you for that, Ricardo. So if those of you interested in the New York Stock Exchange stocks, which was a person's question. Yeah, Lucas it was correcting us. Right. So Ricardo says you can contact Proven if you want to do that. Shea Bell says Tony should have her own YouTube channel. Tony's going to have her own YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. I think I finally decided on that.
Yeah, she finally decided on that. You want to tell them what the channel is about, or you want to surprise them?
No, I can tell them. Maybe I should hurry up and try and launch it this week since I'm going to say no.
Yeah, you should.
So about maybe 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with uterine fibroids, and over the years they have grown. So what the channel is going to be about is that I'm going to try and finally get rid of the fibroids and do a channel on how I do that and what I'm doing to maintain a fibroid-free lifestyle afterwards. So I'll work on the channel real quick and maybe get it up this week or so you guys will see the first video.
A fibroid-free lifestyle?
Yes.
Or a lifestyle, no?
It is because everything we do, the products that we wear, the food that we eat, brings about this fibroid. And so you have to basically live a lifestyle that doesn't allow it to grow.
What predisposes people to fibroids? I won't get into that because the channel is not about that. But there must be some reason why some people have fibroids or some don't have fibroids, right? So you're gonna find out all of that
and share it with everyone
right.
who's interested.
One of the things is that Tony and in our search realized that Jamaica is very limited in terms of people not talking about it, right?
Yeah.
So which is why you don't have the information that you need.
And we do really need to have this open discussion because fibroids are affecting women younger and younger and younger. You have teens with fibroids, which if you can negate that, then the better for them going forward in their life.
Right. Exams. All right. So someone is asking. So that's it, Sheba. She's going to start her own channel. What do you still have available in Ballater? We just told you that. Hello, ladies. I just started a vlog about building my
dream house in Jamaica.
Oh.
Tony, and when you get a chance, please take a look at it and let me know what you think. Sure, send me the link.
Send her the link. You know her number? What's your number?
My number is 876-370-8138.
All right. G Bless says, greetings from London. Thank you so much. Love the job you're doing. Thank you so much. Shakir Watson, happy birthday. Thank you.
Keith wants to know, is there any good gated communities in Montego Bay for 300,000 US?
Lots of good communities in Montego Bay for 300,000 US. Yeah, there are. It's just that there may be townhouses
and apartments
mostly. That's what they do in Montego Bay. We have less than that too. You have Ocean Point, which is in Hanover though. That's not Montego Bay. Yeah, man. But because Montego Bay is like a city, the second city, right? So St. Andrews the first, Montego Bay, Kingston and St. Andrew first city, Montego Bay second city, and I call Portmore the third city. So Montego Bay operates like any urban place where you have lots of apartments, high-rise buildings, and so on.
Right. And they have the beauty of the beach.
Yeah, beauty of the sea, Caribbean Sea. So Keith, send us a WhatsApp. Ask us to send that information to you. Do you want to get up, Xander? Get up.
Ryan says, hi Claudia and Tony, happy birthday. Wishing you all the best in health and wealth. Yes, all the best in wealth and health.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Alright, Sharon was asking which concert. Oh, we said that one already. Somebody says January is the month.
For or what?
I don't know. I think they're thinking maybe it's the best month.
Oh, is it? Okay. It is. I'm Capricorn. Happy birthday to all the Capricorns out there. I was reading the Sunday Cleaner earlier today and note that HAG and the Mount Edgecombe and Vista in St. Anne and Luana in St. Elizabeth, where the buildings were not constructed properly. Any idea? I didn't read the Sunday Cleaner today, rude boy. Issue with HAG. I know HAG. Mount Edgecombe.
I don't know that.
I don't know where is Mount Edgecombe. I know Vista.
I know Luana.
I know Vista and St. Anne. They built some
3-bedroom?
No. They built some, yeah. 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms,
And some
bungalow,
townhouses.
and some townhouses. I know that. I didn't realize they were having issues. Any idea? No, I don't know. I know Luana too. I've driven through Luana. They did some studios in Luana. Yes, Ricardo, you can purchase this through a local broker proven on the offers. You can do it yourself though through the platform like Rich, like RO, Robinhood, etc. Okay. Have any information on Shooters Hill Portmore? No, I don't. That same company that Rude Boy is talking about, Housing Agency of Jamaica. They're the ones that will be doing that one. Are credit cards considered as loans? Mitch is asking, yes.
Even with a zero balance? That's the main part.
A credit card is considered as a loan. And in Jamaica, if you are approaching our banks for a mortgage loan and you have a credit card of, talking US, Claudia, 5,000 US, 10,000 US, 10,000 US is about 1.5 million. So 10,000 US is about 1.4 million in Jamaica. So let's just say you have a credit card of that, but you have a zero balance. There is no balance on the card. You paid it off. They still consider it a loan because at any point you can go and take that money off the card.
Okay.
So they will still factor it in the monthly payment that you would be paying as if you had taken. So in Jamaica, it's not to your advantage to have a lot of cards. I mean, I only have one credit card and what they call it, the credit balance. No, there's a word they use. Whatever the amount is that them give you. Mine is under the limit.
The limit?
That's the word I'm looking for. The limit is the limit is 140,000 Jamaican. 140,000. But when I want to buy something, I put the money on the card, and we only keep the card because we have to pay for things like Netflix and what's the other thing you love to pay for, Tony? These things that run our business, right? Like Zoom.
Netflix don't run our business.
No. Netflix that do that. I can't. But like Zoom, we have to pay for that. So we need a credit card to run it through, right? But we actually don't use credit cards like that. Lower the limit for you in Jamaica, the better off you are. I know those of you overseas, they love to tell you, oh, you need credit. You need credit so you can get credit. You need credit so you can get credit.
That's how their system works.
Even that don't make sense. You need credit so that you can get credit. So what they're telling you is that you must go and get some credit cards. Use a credit card. That way it shows that you have credit and you can get more credit. But that's not how it works here. The less, as a matter of fact, if you have no credit card here, the better for you. None. You know, because we do have credit reports here as well. The banks use a credit report, Mitch, to look to see how many things you're paying for. So when they take up a credit report and they say that you're paying Tom, Mary, Jane, and you have about 50 people on the credit card that you're paying, and your salary is X, and you use up all of you're living hand to mouth, as they would say, that's not going to work.
London to Jamaica.
Hi, Miss Davis, Claudia, can you explain why the bank put some funds on hold for pre-mortgage payments and what happened to the funds afterwards? Pre-mortgage payments is if you default on the loan. So let us say you default 1 month, 2 months. The bank will use that money to pay it. I think they just started doing that though. If they told you that just recently, right? Courageous? Because somebody asked me about that since week 2. They never used to do that because I've taken loans from the bank and I wasn't asked to put up any money up front to stay in the bank. What they would do is, so let us say my mortgage is 100,000. they would add a 10% to it. So I would pay 110,000, and then they would, that 10,000 is there in escrow.
Okay.
But I don't know, it's a new thing to me. Sorry to hear of your medical situation, rude boy. Yes, rude boy, one of the challenges that Tony have to start.
My goal this year.
Or her goal this year, her goal.
John wants to know, what is the room density in and around Ocherius, Miami Bay in particular?
That would be 30 habitable rooms to the acre. It's only St. Andrew that move the density. Only in St. Andrew that move the density.
Marcia, hi Tony, watched a video yesterday where you were installing a face basin. I didn't know you had that skill. Well done. Have to multitask. Yes, we do.
Yes, she does. She went to plumbing school at Adelphi, Montego Bay. Adelphi is a place in nobody. We didn't know about Adelphi until Tony was searching for plumbing school.
It's not that far.
No, it's not. It's in Montego Bay, and it's a nice town. And she only had boys in her class, but they were very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice young men. You know, I had only men in my construction class too. Very nice young men. Ladies, when you're going to choose professions that only men in. Your life is simple. Tell you, your life is, and men, even though men are competitive, they're not competitive against women.
No, they're not.
They're not competitive against women. They love helping women. You know? So choose professions that
because they said Tony can do voiceover work and work on TV or radio. She has a great voice. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Earth Day. Thank you so much. That's Nicole. Shauna B. Hello. Shauna B.
Hello, ladies. Shima B, Mom. Shima B. Hello, ladies. I reached out with some questions via WhatsApp and Tony's Prestige email. Is there a better way to contact you? You can get me on 876-370-8138. Mom's WhatsApp is a bit full right now. We're slowly trying to get through that one.
That one is at, I kid you not. What's that number right there, Tony?
620 WhatsApp messages to answer.
620. And I am backed up with the WhatsApp. I tried to answer the WhatsApp messages personally. But it looks like it's overrunning me here now. I may have to what they call it, offshoot now, outsource. Offshoot. I may have to outsource it. But because I want to answer your WhatsApps personally, I have not done that as yet. Right?
Yes, I know.
Alright, what's the other question?
Alright, Tony Jarvis wants to know how easy it is to apply for a mortgage in Jamaica from overseas.
Very easy. We can put the link right now for you. Just use this link, get to the email, use this link where it says mortgage rep. Complete your information. It will go to the mortgage rep who will respond to you, tell you what to send. Those of you who are employed, if you're overseas, they will want your tax return if you do one in the country that you're in. They want a tax return, they want your credit report, your job letter, and pay slips. If you're in Jamaica, they're going to ask you for your credit report. So the banks here will pull the credit report, everybody, if you're local, right? And then you will give them your job letter and your pay slip. Those of you who are self-employed, it's a little bit more tricky. You're going to need financial statements audited by an accountant to get that done. So those of you who are self-employed, I know you're not too disciplined with ensuring that you have your monies, your incomes, your income properly streamlined or whatever. I know you have that challenge, but you just have to try, right? If you know you're going to approach a bank for the loan. I'm just looking for a piece of land on the North Coast or Uptown area. Hi Patricia, send us a WhatsApp. You need to tell us your price. We're having the land now in St. Andrew selling.
As in In Kingston? No, but I can look. I can look.
Easy. You want your mommy? You want your mommy? Or you want to see yourself again? See you there? Who is that? Xander. Is he yourself?
Is he?
Alright, mommy cooking dinner with Xander. You can't go tomorrow now.
Someone Sinaya says, I have large fibers too. The information would be helpful.
Oh, so you see, Tony.
Yeah.
One incentive for you to get started.
Right. Siam Lucasade said it too. Excellent, Tony. Black women are affected disproportionately by fibroids and some other female reproductive conditions. So true.
So true. I'm Tony headed into trying to start a family. So if black women trying to start a family, if they wait too late, so you're in a catch-22.
Mm-hmm.
So like me, I had turned 20 at 17. My first daughter at 17, second one at 28, I think it was. So I started early.
Yeah.
So I didn't get caught with the fibroids, right? So I guess it's why Rachel, she started early to Xander.
Right,
Just in case they. And even when I became older, like now they tell me I have a fibroid, but I'm not worried about it because it's not going to go anywhere.
And yours doesn't cause you any discomfort?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So,
mine is a little bit more tricky. It has me on the ground rolling and crying. Those are some tough ones.
Those are some tough ones. We have to laugh because when it happens, we have to just try and laugh through it and power through it.
It's like 10 days of hell.
Yeah, get through it, you know, guys. But yeah, Tony will talk about it. Zan's mommy eating now. So
John wants to know.
Want to see?
A lot of persons ask why real estate in Jamaica is so expensive. Can you explain some of the restrictions, costs, and hoops developers have to go through, and which finally determine unit prices?
Developers go through hoops, but I don't think that's what determines
the prices.
The prices. Regular development costs. The land cost is the first one, land acquisition.
So if you're on the north coast, have a sea view and those things, or by beachfront, the land itself is very expensive.
The land itself is going to be. If you're up in the hills, in the bush, or somewhere where nobody want to live,
it's gonna be cheap.
It's gonna be cheaper, like St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland and those.
Clarendon,
but if you're talking about St. Anne, St. Mary, the top sellers are lands in St. Andrew. That's top, right? If you live in St. Andrew, you want land in St. Andrew, you're gonna pay a premium. You're not going to come in cheap, and you're going to be competing with other persons for the same land.
It's not really developers that's driving the price, it's the demand.
It's a demand for the property. Mm-hmm. So the developers, there's also a construction cost.
Yeah.
Because we run high inflation, just like any country. So Canada has inflation, so does the UK, which is why when I was in Canada in 2010, those houses that were selling in 2010 for 280,000, told we should have did buy one. They're now at 600,000, 650,000. We're talking about places like Mississauga, Brampton. That's where we were. And I went around. My friend who also sells real estate, I was going around with her looking at the houses. Those were the prices at the time. Those same houses are now at 6 and 7. So that's inflation, straight inflation. That's driving the price. Mm-hmm. In Canada, it's demand, right? Because new immigrants coming in. In Jamaica, it's also demand because those of you who went overseas are now turning around and coming back.
I know it would be less demand if it was only Jamaicans living in Jamaica wanted the land,
right?
The properties, but
yes.
It's not.
It's
Most
not.
Of our
it is
buyers
all people
overseas
coming in. They want to have something, and in this year was record breaking for me personally. I can't say about the industry, but if you use me, it was record breaking in terms of the amount of persons. I mean, we literally ran off our feet this year to get people property.
Yeah, it was
right.
tough.
It was just breathtaking speed because, and again, that was the overseas market that was driving that demand right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We also have, ladies and gentlemen, the other nations are coming in. So we always have other nations with us. We have the Chinese, the Indians, or the Europeans. Those of you who have been following Jamaica, you know that the Chinese have started to do infrastructure work in Jamaica. With infrastructure work comes what? People look at it and it look pretty now. Them see it look better. Them start to want to be a part of it.
Right.
You understand? We have dual carriageways now all around St. Andrew. The only ones now we're looking forward to is maybe Red Hills Road, Mullines Road. I'm thinking that I'm hoping the government will get to those, right? Because those are still bottleneck. But Constant Spring Road, beautiful road going up to Constant Spring and Stony Hill and beyond, right? We have 3 miles, which I drive a lot. 3 miles and into Portmore. Beautiful double overhead bridge going into Portmore. So even Portmore, we're selling 120 apartments in Bayfront. 120 sold out on half. How many is left? How many is left now? I heard you gave me the figure today.
I did?
No, it wasn't you. It was my other colleague who told me. It was my other colleague who told me. She was telling me, but I think we're about quarter left. And it's 120. So 3/4 sold out already. Because persons just want Jamaica. The key with this and anything else is do what my mother and my grandaunt Dolly teach me.
What?
Buy what you can afford.
Buy what you can afford.
Buy what you can afford. So if you can afford a studio in St. Andrew, you buy it. Right? I remember when my grandaunt she was from England, she was a retiree. She was the one who I end up with her. My father kicked me out. I'm a bounce around there. My auntie Peaches, I go live with her and Dolly. And I went and live with her and Dolly. Me and her on one bed in a one room till I went we put Tony in the bath pan. We make up the bath pan and we put Tony in between us in the bath pan. That's when I got pregnant there, so I was 17, right? And that Aunt Dolly was phenomenal. I remember when there, we used to go around with her, she'd collect her little pension at the bank, and then we'd leave her, go supermarket and so. And I look at them things and I say, Aunt Dolly, them something a dear, them so dear. But in Jamaica, we say things dear, we mean it's expensive, guys. And she said, Claudia, stop it. Everything looks expensive if you have no money in your pocket. You have no money in your pocket, so everything will look expensive. If you see, it's just like when since December, even now, tomatoes went as high as 1,000 Jamaican dollars per pound. I remember looking at the price in the supermarket. I was like, $600 or something or 2 tomatoes. What the hell? Deary. I'm just catch myself. I said, Claudia.
But you didn't want better, you went and planted your tomato tree.
Yeah, no, but I catch myself. I said, Claudia, remember what Aunt Dolly said? She said, if you first start, it's that it is too expensive. It's because you don't have the money in your pocket. I just look and say, Claudia, but you can't buy $600 tomato. Come on. You can't buy $1,000 tomato. Pick up tomato and go up by your business. I stop talking about the thing expensive. Right? No, if it was a GLA Mercedes Benz now. Yeah. It's too expensive. That's because I don't have the money in my pocket, right? So, another thing she taught me. If you have $1 million to buy a car, then for heaven's sake, don't walk into the Benz dealership. No, you have to go walk in at the
used car lot.
The used car lot. Bendon Plaza.
Get a jalopy.
Yeah, not a jalopy. We drive a $1 million car and it's not a jalopy. 4-wheel drive Toyota Vitz, nice car. Right? So, if she taught me, my mother taught me that too. Because I remember when we had the supermarkets downtown and she would never go in the supermarket. All of me said, Mama, why are we not going there? So why? She said, no, Claudia, we have to buy up on the sidewalk. Because she knows she can't afford it in the supermarket. No, I don't buy on the sidewalks. I buy in the supermarket at different because I've elevated myself up to the level where I can now shop in the supermarket as opposed to bending down on the sidewalk. I can choose to shop in the supermarket as opposed to on the sidewalk. So ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand that if you want tomato, if you can afford tomato, plummy tomato, don't go in at the salad tomato jungle. No, Because salad tomato $1,000 a pound and plum tomato $500 a pound and a $500 you have in your pocket.
What did you plant?
Them they are plum tomato. So plant some plum tomato because I went on YouTube, tell you about YouTube, and I see them come and me, what an easy way of tomato. And the people them are selling tomato, but the whole lot of people plant the whole tomato. But ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand that in economics, those of you who did economics, you know that is demand drive prices, right? The
Right.
demand for something. And Jamaica as a brand is a strong brand. We are in demand.
We are.
Yeah, we are in demand. When you say Jamaica, oh gosh, Xander, when you say Jamaica, Xander, I'm glad you're born in Jamaica, you know, Xander. You come with a natural advantage.
Natural advantage.
Yeah, natural advantage. Because the world already knows you, Xander. Watch my yarn. Oh, more sleep, rich boo. You finish it? Alright, so you can't go to...
Yay, looks so cute.
You can't go to mommy now, right? Mommy can't take you now. Alright. Alright. Bye, Xander.
Alright.
Alright, so
Here's a question. Angela Campbell wants to know how much for 1 acre of land in Draxall.
165,000 US. And those say too expensive and dear. Come and look at the place. Sea view. I have two of them actually. One is flat, relatively. You sure you did those videos already, right?
Yeah, they're out already.
They're out already. Just search Claudia Davis. It's called Hills of Draxall. But if you want commercial, you're going with price 1 million. So 1 acre. 1.3 acre. No, 1.5 acre for 1.3 million US. You're going with commercial. You're going with residential. It's 165,000 US for the acre. No, that's cheap. I wouldn't say that's cheap. What's the word I'm looking for? That's a good deal.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, because the half acres were sold for 85,000 up to 99,000.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if you double that, it'll be 200,000. But you're getting it for 165,000. So technically, that's a good deal.
Somebody wants to know, yes, credit cards are essentially loans short term that must be paid in 25 to 30 days. Yes, that's true. All right.
Yeah, they're short-term loans or you get hit with the interest, right? But credit cards are not bad things. It's just how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
So a credit card is, because I've used a credit card to help me with buying a piece of land already. So I was short with some money on a piece of land. 2 people in my office at the time lent me them partner draw.
Mm-hmm.
Thank them. That was Brenda and Bogle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was short. When I call my boss for a loan, he says, Claudia, remember the company got you guys credit card. You can go over to the bank and do something called a cash advance. I didn't know that at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over to the bank and got a cash advance of the card.
Okay.
So right away you start to pay the interest. But it is cash that I got, that I make up with that money and pay the deposit for the property, right? So the credit card is, and I've used, have I used it in any way since then? No, I haven't. The credit card is,
You don't really use it.
no, I don't. The credit card is something. So those of you who have 10,000 US credit card, 50,000 US worth of credit card, and you have run up the credit card, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and you don't have something that you can sell back
To pay his credit
to
card.
cover the 10,000, that then you have used a credit card in the wrong way. So if you have taken that 10,000 credit limit, credit limit, that 10,000 short-term loan, that 10,000 short-term loan from off the credit card,
Mm-hmm.
walk into the department store, buy some clothes, some shoes, some this, some that, and you can't sell back the shoes. I can't sell this back. I have to give it away.
No, you can sell it back, but like half the price.
Not half the price. Who is going to buy my used blouse for half the price? Who is going to buy it? So if I pay 4,000 for this, who going to say, Miss Davis, me get 2,000 for that? Nobody. Right? So therefore, you have, and it brings me back to another point that I want to bring across to you. Ladies and gentlemen, assets. What are assets? Somebody tell me what are assets. Let me see. Who knows? I say it in my videos all the time.
Or
What are
somebody
assets?
who watches Zoom would know as well.
Or somebody who watch Zoom, or somebody who's in our Zoom class would know. Anybody in our Zoom class? 195 of you watching. Who is in our Zoom class? What did I say is an asset? You don't remember? Let me see. How do NHT pay interest on volunteer contribution and how much? NHT probably pay about 2% for your contribution.
See there? Assets are anything that brings in money. Somebody in the class.
Somebody's in the class. Alright. So asset, who is that person? Assets put money in your pocket, everybody. Alright? Asset put money in your pocket. So doesn't it follow that money is an asset?
It is.
So money is a major asset.
Yes.
Money is the biggest asset, guys. Money is the biggest asset. Cash is the biggest asset. The cash you have in your bank account, the cash you have in your pocket is the biggest asset, right? Somebody says something that brings money, right? No. Every month you go to work. Every one of you here go to work every month. Don't you collect cash in your bank account? Doesn't the employer, Tony, don't I transfer money to your bank account every month?
Every month.
Isn't that an asset?
It is.
The cash that you get every month from your employer
Put money in your
puts
pocket.
money in your pocket. So that is the first asset that you have.
And everybody usually gets that one.
Everybody get that. But how many of them knew, how many of them were thinking that this is an asset? Eh? All right. Somebody tell me what's a liability. Rude boy says he has a 90k credit limit on his, but haven't used it since March of last year. Good, rude boy. Somebody tell me what's a liability. He who has the
Goal makes the rules. That's true.
It's basically an expense, yes. So liability are things that takes money out of your pocket.
Like my Netflix that I cannot live without.
Right.
Big
So
liability.
every month, right. So therefore, if you get cash as your pay every month, you're already in the game called assets. You already have an asset, which is cash.
Right. See someone saying your car, loans.
Right.
Yes.
Those are liabilities. Now if you collect 100,000 every month, and every month you use the 100,000 cash, which is an asset, and convert that to a liability in the form of car loan, you have to pay 30,000 out of your money for that. Student loan, you have to pay an next 20,000 out of that for student loan. Then you drop in at the store, you go buy some clothes. All of them have clothes out sitting. You drop in at the supermarket and you go spend one bag of money, and before you know it, the 100,000 is now fully liabilities.
Liabilities. So you had the cash.
You had the cash, which is an asset.
I know, just straight liabilities.
And then you converted the cash, guys, straight into liabilities. Give me a thumbs up if me talk sense.
It's rough.
Give me a thumbs up if I'm talking sense. Give me a thumbs up. Nobody know why give me a thumbs up. Them still a digest it. Remember, you know, you start with the cash, and then you start with the cash, and then you convert the cash into liabilities.
So they give you a thumbs up there.
Give me the thumbs up. See the thumbs up them coming here now if you don't think me talking sense. Because you are always talking about Miss D, oh, not a money, Miss D knows I'm not make it, Miss D knows things hard.
You get the cash every
You get the
month.
cash every month, and you willingly give it away to who now? The utility company, the food company, the delivery service, all these internet services that we say we can't do without.
The hairdresser.
The hairdresser. I mean, get rid of the hairdresser friend. The we gotta do it now. So, my daughter just says the same money. You're real, but it's a one-time money, not a recurring expense. So, therefore, You have now converted your cash into a liability. Now what if you were get your 100,000? Fine. What if you were to just use 50,000 out of that, so half of that money, and convert it to assets, and the other 50 you convert it to liabilities then if you want? What do you think would happen?
You'd be better off, but you have asset every month.
You would now have built an asset or invested in an asset that will now bring in more money every month. Right? So you would have whatever the asset you want to invest in. Now, me is a freak when it comes to real estate. All of you know what the assets are. So if assets are anything I put money in your pocket, it follows. Real estate that you rent out is an asset. House that you rent out is an asset. Land that you rent out, or that somebody plants some banana palm and you sell it.
Somebody's asking if you have a land with a free title, if it's an asset. You have to pay property tax.
Instead of pay property tax, you must bring in some money.
Yeah.
So you must lease it to somebody, or you plant some things on it, or you're extracting water from it. Some people in Jamaica have wells on their lands, and they're extracting water and selling it. So it must be something that puts money in your pocket. No, just what she said. You own the land. Theoretically, you think it's putting money in your pocket. Theoretically.
If it's appreciated.
So you're saying you bought the land for 2 million. In your head you say, oh, the land value 3 million now. It only becomes a real asset to you when you sell the land and collect the cash. As long as you don't sell it, you're not getting any money in your pocket. So it's an asset in waiting then.
Asset in waiting.
It's an asset in waiting. It's not an active asset. It's an asset in, what we call an asset when you park on the side and say, yeah. But it's not an active asset that bringing money into your pocket every month. Yes, you can get a house of 5 million, but where you're going to get the house, you're going to tell me you don't want to live there, Patricia.
Catherine's estate, right? Those are 5?
But can you get them? That's the same housing agency that's giving trouble right now.
But persons might drop out.
Persons might drop out, yeah. So you can try. But ladies and gentlemen, assets. So for this year, I need you to focus on when you get your cash, which is an asset. When you're going to spend it, say to yourself, is this expenditure going to put money in my pocket? Am I converting one asset to another asset, or am I converting this asset to a liability? Because ladies and gentlemen, we have to think about that. Because if you don't, 10, 15, 20 years from now, when you're ready to retire like me, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Now, some of you love to rely on external forces for these pensions. Don't. You don't know if these external forces will be around when it's your time to retire, right? So you have to convert. We study a book called The Richest Man in Babylon in our Zoom sessions. We have finished that book now. We have moved on to Think and Grow Rich. Those of you in my Zoom session. The Richest Man in Babylon teaches us that we are to put away 10% of our earnings for investments. Not to save and park, right? Because I tell you about the parking. I bought a bread at a gas station day before yesterday. I bought a bread, I bought an oil, and I bought one of those soybean things I wanted to drink. The lady said $990. In my mind, I went, 3 items, $990. Of course, Miss Davis can't squeal. Back in the day, I could have squealed. No. I have the money, I'm going to my bag, I see about 6,000. I say, all right, I get her 1,000, I have 5,000 leave. Walk out. But of course, habit no one. My backward thinking, and me thinking, so this thing too expensive. I look on the bill. Look on the bill, me I say, hold on. She says bread is $390. So I'm on the gas station and sell the bread dearer. So I take out the bread and I look on the tag. The bread tag says $390. Therefore, the gas station was not overcharging me on the bread. When I came into, I said, Tony, you believe the bread is $390 at the gas station? Here, Tony, what is it to me?
I can't remember
He
that.
said, Mom, that's because it's a gas station.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he said, Mom, that's because it's a gas station. No, the bread on the bread, it says $390. Now, guys, if you want $300 and you put that money in the bank in January, the bread was $300 in January. I kid you not. If you put the $300 in the bank, January gone. Not this January today, my birthday, January. Last year, January. 2020. And come back today, 2021. If you would have put on the $300 in the bank and wait for some interest, which you say is an asset. So you put on the cash in the bank and you don't move it around, don't do nothing with it. Not even the bread you could have buy today. You see that? The inflation won't leave you. So therefore,
somebody's saying that the bread don't attract tax in Jamaica, right? So that was just the price.
That was just the price.
Tax
The tax not even on it. $390 was just the price, and it's moving from $300 in January last year to $390. Some maths brain tell me how much percentage increase that. It moved from $300 to $390 in 1 year. What's the percentage increase? And let me see if I had put the $300 in the bank, if it could have meet this if it would have been $390 now. Thank you to everybody saying happy birthday. Oh, Devon wants me to remind them to leave the NHT refund alone. Yes. Those NHT contribution refund that they keep saying, this is January. Yes. So they're going to have a big campaign in January. Come for the NHT contribution refund.
Why do you even have that?
Come, because they want the money on the road.
Oh.
You understand? They must have some money in a circulation. So that's one of the money. So them want you for come for the money. Spend it in the economy. That's how it circulates. Big business and big governments know this, right?
I'm getting a lot of different answers.
So you have to let them use you as a vehicle to circulate the money. Leave the NHT money there. First of all, when you reach 65, you can go for it as a lump sum, part of your pension, buy whatever you need to buy with it. One. It is attracting some level of interest. Last time I checked, it was 3%. Don't know what it is now, probably less, because interest rates have fallen, right?
That's right.
You can also, when you're ready to buy a property, you will get that money back up to the last 2 years. So we're now in 2021, so you should be getting up to 2019 as contribution refund towards deposits. That's all the contributions you have made up to 2 years before you ask for the money, to use as your deposit or your closing costs.
Okay, that's good.
Or whatever is in the transaction.
So if your intention is to purchase a home, leave it there.
Leave the NHT. Remember, give back some monkey money. They're giving you back the contributions you made last year. And we don't take back those contributions. Why? Why would we take back $30,000 to go do what? What asset can I buy with $30,000? You're gonna tell me some stock. But I might lose it. I might buy the stock today for $20 and it lose. Have I secured my principal? No, I haven't. So that's part of the thing. So Devon, yes, leave the NHT contributions alone. It is not in your best interest. And remember to guys, to talk about investing, money has to keep moving, has to keep flowing. Money is a life force of its own, just like the rivers and the seas and all of those things in nature. Us, we're life forces. You see what I'm talking to you so much time I move up and I'm moving up and down. There's a lot of energy, right? So money is a life force of its own. But you have control over this life force. Now, if you take this asset that you get every month, the cash, put it somewhere and park it. So let's say you park it on your mattress.
Let's hope rat don't find it.
Some rats might find it, right? All right, dry rotten. You have to keep the money moving, keep the money flowing. So let us say you have 100,000 for your pay, and you say, all right, I'm gonna do what Miss Davis said, I make 50,000 pay. The 50,000 must be for investment, and the rest we can liability with it. That 50,000, I don't want you to take it and park it under your mattress.
You must look for an investment opportunity.
You must look for an investment opportunity so that money can now bring in more money to do the same thing.
So maybe turn your 50,000 into 60,000 per month or 70,000
per month, right? So you keep it moving. So let us say you have that 50,000, it reach 500,000 now in a 10 months. All right, you say yes. You can probably now say to the bank, okay, give me a loan. So this is where me have a spin on the land banking now. You hear me talk about land banking, right? Going to the bank, man. Ask them how much $50,000 you have per month. How much can that be in a loan? Suppose them say for 10 million, if you get $10 million, you pay back 50,000 a month. And you know, so you can't go look a place for $10 million.
Right.
You look a place for $10 million, and you figure out how am I gonna get back this money every month. I'm gonna lease it to that man, yeah. I'm gonna rent it to that 2 year. I'm gonna rent an apartment. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. What you gonna do? What is the thing? What you going to do with it? Keep the money moving. Don't park up the money and it gets stagnant. Anything stagnant is not good. That's why we like flowing rivers. We like seas that have waves and these things, because we know the life force, that's where it is. Right? When you see somebody stiff, so you start to fret. Something wrong. Alright. So guys, keep it moving, right?
Somebody wants to know what's the price range I can get for a lot in Moreland Estate.
5, 6, 7, 8 million. Just depends on the plot.
And where it is.
You're trying to buy Felicia, or you selling? We have 3 credit bureaus, and each Jamaican is entitled to a free report. Yes, each year you should check to make sure there are no errors on your report. Yes, check to make sure there are no errors. But you really only need to check Lucas aid if you know you're gonna go for loans. So like my 2 daughters will be venturing for loans. For them
to see how we stack up against the credit bureau.
Yeah, you will see how we stack up against the credit bureau. At one point, that like Rachel had 0. And then pull the credit report, 0. This is a good kid, 0. No credit card, no nothing. I don't encourage my children to have credit cards. I say no credit card, no credit card.
Here's a question. Miss D, I improved on your birthday. That's
it looks I see much better for some reason. I guess it's a different type of screen.
It's the same computer.
But what?
Nothing has changed.
Something changed, man.
Maybe if your vitamins started kicking.
Yeah, maybe. Could be. Yeah, could be. Could be the vitamins start to work.
Let's see.
I have a lot of Davis on. Anna Davis.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, family. Thank you so much. My aunt has an NHG home. Is it wise for her to put her daughter's name on the title, or will it? No, man. Put her name. All right.
Here, explain why you should do that first, Mom.
All right. So if you put your daughter's name on the title, when the daughter's time to get her NHG benefit, NHG is gonna tell her she can only get to home improvement loan. So she won't get the 6.5, she will get 2.5 million. To buy a piece of land or to home improvement.
So the key is put the name on the title, but don't put the name on the title until after your child has purchased a property for themselves.
Right. Or you put their names on the title that is land, which is what I did.
Okay.
So you put my daughter's name on a title that I had land, just a land, no houses on it. Mm-hmm. Put her name on the title, and then use the NHG and build a house for her.
Right. That's another option.
That's another option. But if it have a house on it already, NHG is going to say, oh, you have a house already, your name is on a title. That is their problem. Don't ask me why. Because they want you to have one house, I guess.
But we don't agree with the will business at all.
No.
Takes too long.
Takes too long. So listen now, guys. We're gonna have some lawyers coming on next week. The first one coming on is trust. I think after that is covenant, and then after that is a divorce or whatever. So if you have a title now, your child already take the NHT, and the NHT don't really matter. Because let's face it, if my mother have a property that is 50 million, and she want to put my name on it, may I make sure put my name on it?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I work about 6.5 million.
Right, because you can always go to the regular bank
and get a loan for myself. Right. So therefore, you would have to I would say you add the child's name on it, because adding the child's name is only going to cost you 1% in transfer tax. No. So transfer tax is 2%. But because you're adding a name and you're not taking off your name, So if you were going to transfer everything to the child, it will be 2% of the value of the property. So if the property is 10 million, it will be 2% of 10 million, which is, somebody do the maths quickly and tell me. So 2% of 10 million. But if it is, if you transfer only half of the interest or half of the property, well, technically on the title, if two of you own it, then it's two own it. So in the government's eyes, you would still own a part. You're just giving half of it to your daughter, so you only pay 1% in transfer tax.
Okay, is that the same with a will and then you?
No.
Oh.
So you would pay 1% in transfer tax, and that takes us about a month at the most, because you would need to go to the down to the stamp office to be stamped for them to check the value to say yes, you're not undervaluing the place, because the government want them 2% and then 1%. So they don't want you undervalue the place and they want you to keep right. So you, as long as you are upfront and you say, okay, Tony, the place value 20 million, I'm going to put your name on the title. I'm going to pay 1% of 20 million for the transfer tax, and for the registration I'm going to pay 0.25 divided by 100 times 10 million.
Okay, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad. And of course you pay the lawyer fee, and I think when the lawyers come on, there's a flat fee that them charge. They'll tell you what that is. There's a flat sheet fee that the lawyers charge, and as a matter of fact, we need to set up a link for the lawyers so that they can just get to them now.
Okay.
So those of you who want to add your children's name to your titles, then you do that. Now, why we say add your child's name to the title from now? Because it makes sense, guys. When something happens, everybody run up and down. Who have the will? You may have made this will, you never give nobody the will.
And not
John Brown the will, and John decide to hold on to the will, and now show nobody the will. First problem that.
Yeah, and the thing to, like, the property is usually the biggest thing that's left on the will for somebody. And if you just already put their name on the title, there's no question who's getting the property.
There's no question.
There's no question.
Or you go the other route that we go, which is trust, in a trust. So move all the properties and the gold and the silver and the bronze to the trust. Move it to the trust. Appoint the trustees. So the same beneficiaries can be trustees, and then manage everything one place. So like personally, even though I have given, we have Tony and have name on some titles, Rachel have name on some, and so on, and we have name on together, I am saying to them, guys, we're moving everything to the trust.
Yeah, I think that's the best option.
Yeah, we're moving everything to the trust. So you have your name, Rachel, and me and my name alone, and we have it together, we'll move everything to the trust.
I'll put a don't sell on it.
Right, so that way, it's in trust, and Tony alone can go sell off everything. Or Tony can go find some man who she go get rid of the fibroids now, have baby.
Find some wayward man.
Yeah,
Oh
me
my
have a
God.
next challenge for my hand and whatever. And then Xander and her children to come
Don't have anything.
don't have anything because they spend off everything, or they didn't take care of what they were to take care of. I think the better way is to move everything to the trust. So if you have more than one child, move everything to trust. If your daughter have children, you might want to consider a trust, because you might still put everything in the daughter's name. Something happen, kids are young, heaven forbid.
I know that what I don't like about the wills too. Say for instance, you put the name in the daughter's name, my name, right? And then I have children, and then I leave a will instead, right? So the house would pass to my children in a will, right? And then there's a trustee. The trustee might sell the house, the executor they call it, sell the house to support these kids.
Yeah. Yeah, or the executor, I've seen that happen. I had a young lady who came to me. She was doing medicine. She wanted a place to rent. I said, who's going to pay the rent? Her mother just died. Her father died right behind her. They were older parents. Both of them dropped out within a year. She says they left the money to pay the rent, they left the money to pay the school fee. She was doing medicine.
Those are good parents.
Yeah, they left the money and they left a will, and her aunt was the executor. They left a house too up in the hills. I said, really? So I said, why you don't live at the house? She said her aunt said the house too big for her. I said, what? I said, why don't you live at the house? Rent out each room to your same fellow students.
And you carpool and drive.
And you carpool and drive. She was even driving because they had bought her a car. This is a young girl, you know. She was probably about 20. If she'd reached 20, it was enough. I said, do not let her sell it. She said, oh, I can't do nothing about it because I'm an auntie. And them don't leave the will and them set it up so she the executor or whatever. I say, if you think you can't nothing about it, go to court and stop her.
Yeah, stop it.
Stop
There's
it.
no reason to sell her house.
Yeah, but she didn't.
Yeah.
No. First problem.
You have to teach your children too.
You have to teach your children.
And your children have to know.
Yeah, you have to know. And the other thing is, I said to her, my parting words to her, I said, let me tell you something. Because while she was looking the place to rent, you know, was the people them sell the house and she have to move out. So them sell the house and them just make them buy back a house for the young lady, you know.
With the money.
With the money. Them sell the house and I run out she for go look place for rent, right? I said to her, my parting words to her, I said, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm going to tell you something. You are going to have to do a lot of doctoring and a lot of medicine. A whole heap of patient you have to go see if you buy back a house like that.
Yeah,
I
it's
said
a
it to her.
fabulous house.
I said it to her. I said a house valued 30 million in a 2004 when she came to me. Imagine the value of that property now. Even if she did lock it up, I never do nothing
It's
with
probably
it.
about 70 million now.
Even if she had locked it up. No, executors are to get 6% of the estate.
That's why they always sell your property.
Yes, they must get 6. I'm telling you, I'm warning about that. They must get 6% of the estate, right? No, you are the only one who can protect your children. Don't believe for a minute that you're going to put executors that them are going to protect and them are going to whatever. Because everybody come with them own.
Yeah, and that was a close family person. That was an aunt.
Yeah, that was an aunt who did that to this niece because she don't know. Her parents didn't properly prepare her. I would say my best option to you is to move it into a trust. However, the second option, add the child's name to the title. If it is that she don't want to, if it is the NHT thing is not, you know. And I would say to children, those of you who just leaving school, 18, 19, 20, your first job within 1 year, use your NHT 6.5. Join it with somebody if you want.
Then you should be saving your first paycheck.
Yes, and buy a home, buy a property. And I would say to anybody who is listening to me, my young subscribers, you need to buy a property before you move out to your mother or father house.
Yeah, that's the best.
Whether
option.
you're a male or a female, buy that property before you move out.
Because rent is gonna be your biggest liability.
Yeah, the biggest.
and once you move out to your parents' house, you can't get rid of it.
You can if you move back to your parents' house.
Pride will make them stay with them there.
Well, pride come before a fall, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would say. So yes, so listen to what I say. The will is my last resort, because people can contest the will too, but them can't contest joint tenants. So joint tenants, so you add your daughter's name as joint tenants. If you share loan, you want to get it, right? You add it as joint tenants. George says he doesn't like to take loans. George, you can take the loans if it's going to leverage you to have an asset that put more money in your pocket than what the loan taking out. So if you can find an asset that pay 200,000 and the loan is only 100,000, then that's a good asset, right? So you would take the loan in that instance, right? I've been a fan of, you want to read that one? And
FK Samuel says, I've been a fan of yours for quite some time and often wonder what you look like. You are quite beautiful. Please keep up the good work by offering this invaluable real estate education.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Sam, Miss or Mrs. Samuel, not sure.
FK Samuels, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Mitch says, if I have a high credit score and zero balance credit cards, are these looked on as negatives?
Yeah. Shouldn't this put me in a good place to be considered for? No. Each of those credit cards, they see them as loans. So what you'd have to do is cancel some of those cards. Just bring it down to maybe 1 or 2 cards and keep that, because each one they're thinking, so they're going to take a percentage of that and say this is where your monthly payment would be.
Okay.
Yeah. So if your credit card is talking in US, if your credit card is 1,000 US, which is 140,000 Jamaican, they're gonna look at it and say you're gonna pay about 4,000 in interest every month. Right. So if you have 10 of those cards, you'd be 40,000. So that is gonna go against you, against your credit. No, against your debt service ratio. So the debt service ratio is a percentage of the percentage of your income that they say is for loans. In Jamaica, that's either 50% for some banks or 45%. So they take 50% of your income and say this 50% is what you can use for debt repayment every month, monthly payments. Somebody says their price max is 6 million for where? For
I think for anything.
For anything. All right, Tony says thanks. Thank you, Tony. Yes. I pay NHD for 10 months, but I don't need their help anymore. Can I get a refund? I mean, you don't need their help anymore. Are you a voluntary contributor? If you're a voluntary contributor, you can stop paying. If you're self-employed or employed, you cannot stop paying. It is not it's only overseas people are considered voluntary contributors. If you live in Jamaica, work in Jamaica, you're considered compulsory contribution.
But if you really don't need it, yes, you can get a refund.
No, you can't get a refund.
Can I get 7 years in the back or something like that?
He says he's only been paying for 10 months.
Oh, it's only 10 months.
Yeah, that 10 months money, if you stop now, will be due 7 years from now. Right? So, well, you can use NHT as savings. Some of you do have pension plans. I suggest you contribute at NHT. You also contribute the National Insurance Fund, which is NIS. If you're not disciplined to have plans for retirement, that money is down the road. It's going to save you, right? That is money that you put in a way that you put it and you forget it. You know, put it there and forget it.
Oh, Avon says, I had my second child at 45 with small fibroids. Congrats.
Congrats, Avon.
But mine are large fibroids, actually.
Yeah, Tony managed to shrink them to half.
And they're still large.
And they're still large. What Tony went on this, what was the drug called?
Luprin?
Luprin for 6 months. And they did shrink. So she tried that first. We tried that first. Because I said, don't assert it first, try first. So she tried that first, so shrink them to half, still not enough. So, and she can't be on Luprin more than 6 months. So we have to move on. Hey lady, something here. Oh, land for sale in Mandeville or Cristiano? Sure, always land in Cristiano or those places. Tony, you probably need to go on. Can we see our screen here?
Not on this one. That's why I was trying to use the other one.
You need to use the other one.
Yeah.
Get your free credit report before you approach a financial institution, lending agency, etc. So, any errors you can correct them. Yes. Get the free credit report. So in Jamaica, each person can get a free credit report every year. Even so, you can just pay, I think, $1,000 and get the report. So get that report and know where your numbers are, know what they have on it, and also at the same time cancel some of the loans also that you have that don't make sense. Patricia wants land 5 million cash. At Palmetto Estates 4.5 million.
Depends on where Patricia wants, though. Please tell us where.
Your daughter have a lovely baby. Thank you, Amali. That's Rachel. I think he's gone to sleep now. Yeah, because the housing keep going up so fast, it will crash. Last crash I saw in Jamaica was in the 70s. I was a child, but that's when my family bought a place on Millsboro, so they bought it for 40,000. We had that crash because everybody was running away. I don't see anybody running away now. Everybody running here. But certainly, I think if people turn around from here and start run away again, we might have a crash. Yeah, we're not building fast enough for the crash to happen. We're not building fast enough. Plus, we don't auction the houses fast enough either. The banks also give Jamaicans a 1-year moratorium. Our banks are very lenient. I've seen people with mortgages on 5 years don't pay, and them still not reach an auction yet.
And they're still in them house.
And them still in them house and working with the banks and trying to get that. Or there's the beauty about living in a country like Jamaica, which is big enough yet small enough. That's the beauty.
It is.
It is. Because you still have people with heart. It's not like a cut and dry thing. You know? I remember when I bought my first house, Victoria Mutual. My loan was 19.75%. To this day, I'm glad I didn't know anything about interest rate. 19.75%, guys. And I bought it 1989-90. By second year, I was struggling. Yeah, second, third year, because the inflation started to move. That was in the 90s when we had the financial meltdown. The inflation started to move, and bread go, just like how bread go up now. Bread go up, flour go up, this go up, and you try to keep up, and you can't keep up.
Flour went up?
Everything would have been moving. Everything. So Victoria Mitchell used to call. I'm in office, them call me. When I not take the call, them come at the house. When the lady come to the house, it was very nice. Very nice.
Mortgage have it easy now.
Yeah, the lady never fuss with me. She just said, how much you can pay? Try pay a little, whatever, and that's what I did. Just pay a little per moment. Them see me I pay, me I try. I think a 1,000 something was my mortgage, 1,200 or something like that. So remember 200 I paid, remember 300 I paid. When I get my Christmas bonus, I just boom, dump it on it. And just when I think I couldn't go no further with it, here comes Rachel's father.
Savior.
God sent blessing in disguise. I tell you people that the creator not put you for fail, but you have to have faith. Right? You have to hold on one more day. Because the help is coming in, just don't reach it.
Don't reach it.
But if you give up today and the help come tomorrow, you have to just hold on one more day. And if you really want this thing, so like me, I really wanted this house. I read the richest man in Babylon. I'm saying must own where you live. I said yes. I'm saying my money. I'm go through. I'm finally have no more. It's stress. It's stress. I'm going to get the house. I have to own on to it. And me and alone. Me have something. Me need someone to live. Me can't have nobody throw me out. Which part me I live? Me not have nowhere for nobody for go to.
And before that, we were living in our one room.
Yeah.
Each time.
Yeah.
Just one room.
Just one room. I rent one room. I share bathroom. I share kitchen. All of that. Some of you starting out, you don't want to live in a one room, you don't want to do none of that. But I did that, and it's in the end it worked out. I did lots of jobs too. So even I saw a security guard, I was taking my temperature the other day. I said, wow, what is me now? I used to be a security guard too, you know. So that was me. That could have been me taking people's temperature. So and, I tried to encourage them. I have security guards who are my clients. So those of you who are security guards, you can buy a property. You're earning money, right? But don't take the money and convert it to liabilities. Take the money. No, it's not the savings, Tony. It's what you do with it.
Well, they have to save it first to get their deposit.
Them don't necessarily have to save it first.
No, they don't?
No, Nadine and or she never saved no money.
Well, they have to have good credit still.
No, I'm a credit card.
You're right, they have good credit.
Them never save no money. They actually borrowed the deposit, guys. You can do that too, you know. You can borrow your deposit too, right?
Oh, here's a good comment. Anne-Marie says, hello ladies, blessings for the new year. Blessings. I'm amazed how quiet the baby is. Yeah, Xander is really quiet.
Xander is quiet. Xander is a very deep thinker.
I know he likes study one object for a really
very
long time.
Yeah. He loves patterns and those things, you know. And if you change up your hairstyle and him don't recognize you, he's gonna scream.
Yeah.
He's gonna scream. In American business,
is totally different from the people. With business credit, the more credit you have, the more credit you get. Your credit and your business credit is also two different people. Okay, I didn't know that. Serenity says, are you concerned about foreclosures with the prolonged unemployment? Does foreclosures affect price of other property prices?
No, it doesn't. Foreclosures take long to get here. Foreclosure means that the bank, they have taken the property from you. Now, in Jamaica, I go through 3 steps. You go to auction first, then private treaty, then foreclosure. Auction, you go on the day, the auctioneer say $10, you say $15, you say $20, boom, sale close. If you get the sale if you're the highest bidder.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody wins it there, it goes to foreclosure. It goes to private treaty, which means that you would now put in a bid, right?
Right.
For the property privately. And if the bank say yes, then you have a deal. Foreclosure means that the bank has gotten to the point where them cannot be bothered, them having trouble getting rid of this place, whether by auction or by private treaty, and they go to the court and ask the courts to give it to them, take the person's name off it. No, that's a very long process.
And the court has to say you have done all that you can to get this property.
Right. In Jamaica, which I tell you, Jamaica, if you want to be defaulting on a loan, you want to do it in Jamaica. I kid you not, because they're going to take a good while to foreclose on your property.
Yeah.
By that time, you can rally and come around and do what you need to do and get yourself up to speed and all of that, right? So you want to, if you're gonna foreclose, then you want to do that is Jamaica. Somebody asked, is that Tony's baby?
No, that's my nephew.
It's her nephew. It's sad there should be a limit on how much read that.
It's sad. There should be a limit on how much land foreigners can buy as a homestead, and they should only be allowed if they are contributing employment to the country. Giving away Jamaica.
What would you say? They're giving away Jamaica. No. For those of you who have left, gone overseas, you're now citizens of other countries.
You're foreigners to Jamaica.
What I want to ask, when you go overseas as a resident, landed resident, can you buy property overseas?
Yeah, they can. They can buy property without being a resident, as long as you have the money.
As long as you have the money, yeah. So I can buy property in New York, Miami, in England, and all these places, as long as I have the money. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, the same thing here. As long as we're not giving away Jamaica. Anybody who wants it,
send it to the highest bidder.
I wouldn't even say that. But anybody who wants something to buy here, it's here. Why a lot of persons not buying is as one simple thing struggling many persons. One fundamental thing.
What's that?
You are not buying what you can afford.
I know, they're looking at what the foreigners can afford.
Yes.
And not buying what they can afford.
Yes.
Understood.
Or they're living in rentals here, so, and they want to live here, so not realizing that when they get a mortgage for here, so it's going to be a bigger money monthly that they're going to pay. This person could afford to rent them this house for $50,000 because this person made investment 20-30 years ago,
right,
when the house was cheaper, therefore the mortgage was cheaper. That's why this person can rent it for that. But the person who you buying it now, when the mortgage gone to 100,000, you realize you cannot afford 100,000, but you want to live here. So that reached me when I was trying to buy a property, because I lived on Millsboro Avenue renting a one room for $500, and I wanted to live on Millsboro Avenue. I saw me bright.
But I don't understand the maximum, because you were living in one room in the 4-bedroom house. How
Yeah.
did you think in your head that you could afford a
Whole house, you know. so this is the thing, guys. So you have to just buy what you can afford. If we say to you, if I approach a mortgage officer, they give you $10 million, then find someone for $10 million, man. You don't turn away. You see, I've seen people come here now. They approach and they say they can't get 10 million. They don't buy a belly. They don't buy a quarter port. They don't buy a water fort. No, them can't afford the quarter port or the water fort because their salary hasn't moved. They're still only getting 10 million. And there is still nothing else for that price. The key, everybody, when it comes to real estate or anything else, car loan, mortgage, student loan, Buy what you can afford. If it is that you want to buy a handbag, and I was in Sovereign the other day just walking, and I happened to glance some handbags in the store. One bag was 65,000 Jamaican dollars. One handbag. That's about 500 US or 400 US, somewhere there.
Probably, yeah.
Of course, it's popping on my head. Claudia, you can't afford it. 65,000 US. One handbag.
65,000 Jamaican.
65,000 Jamaican. One handbag. No. If my salary is 200,000 a month, am I going to pick up a liability like a handbag and pay 65,000? Or am I going to find an asset, something that I can pay a mortgage on for 65,000 per month?
Yeah,
That's the choice that you have. Now, if 65,000 per month means I'm buying a Portmore, I'm buying a Spanish Town, I'm buying a Linston, I cannot buy a Draxall, cannot buy a Montego Bay high-rise buildings, cannot even buy a Bayshore Portmore building. If my 65,000 can only buy me a Spanish Town 2-bed, maybe not gated or non-gated, that's what I'm going to buy. That's what I'm going to buy, right? You buy what you can afford.
Lucas they say, hold on, it's a bit taking you two all over the country on rough country roads and mountain roads. Yeah, it's the bits.
It's the bits. But we need to change our vehicle. But the Vitz is nice. It's 4-wheel drive actually. Goes up any hill or anything. Soon Jamaican ancestors will have nothing to buy. Foreigners would have bought all our prime properties. Jamaican should be allowed to invest in Jamaica first. But you are allowed. There's nothing stopping you, Angela. There's nothing stopping you from buying.
Right, there's no limit on how many properties a Jamaican can buy.
There's no
Jamaican
limit.
ancestors.
Yeah, there's no limit. But as you talk about ancestors, you know the funny thing about it, Angela? Who owns the properties that are being sold now to foreigners?
Jamaicans. Jamaicans are selling the properties to foreigners.
There's no foreigner selling no property here. It is Jamaicans who own the properties that they are selling. So Angela,
The thing is, when you buy yours, just hold on to it. Say that your ancestors can get.
but the thing is, don't forget, a lot of persons have left acreages of land
I know, I think I
and run Ghana foreign.
I know, like I think I saw 100 acres for sale on the system.
100
No, your
acres.
family owns 100 acres and you're selling it. Why?
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 100 acres. You couldn't find somehow, some way to extract some money from 100 acres without having to sell the property? No. The thing is, Jamaicans, we already own the real estate. We already own it. I am sure everybody here, 258 of you, is it 8 or 9? 258 of you can say to me, Miss Davis, you know what, my granny own 10-acre land down at Moko, and them own, my grandfather them did own some land down or whatever, and I don't even know what it look like right there. I'm sure all of you can say, my family have some land up in St. Mary too, can say your ancestors have land. All of you, whether you live here or you live overseas.
True.
But everybody run go foreign, or everybody run come a St. Andrew.
Yes.
Like my father did that. Run come a St. Andrew, leave the old people them on the land. Old people them start sell out the land to only. Because you forget, so the old people them have to eat food. So them start sell PC or sell, and them time they not one was point finger. The
Point
bungo
finger.
tree there, to the soursop tree there, to this a year land.
No survey.
Yeah, give me 5 pence. And that was it. So I don't think government needs to step in to do anything. I think you're missing the questions.
No, they're not questions.
Oh, I think Jamaicans own the land already. They're the ones selling. Jamaicans already own the land. They're the ones selling. But you see, you're converting a long-term asset to a short-term asset. So cash is a short-term asset, right? You should do it the other way around. You should convert the cash to long-term assets. That way you keep getting in short-term assets in the form of cash from that long-term assets.
Right.
Not convert the long-term asset to a short-term asset.
I know, because when you sell the land and get the cash, you converted a long-term asset to short term.
And short term mean short time to spend.
Yeah.
That's what
I mean, you have $10 million in your land.
Yeah.
That's good. You're sitting on a $10 million asset. But as soon as you sell it and get that cash in your hand,
Mhm.
you can spend $10 million in a month and you don't even know what.
1 month, 1 second. Come on. How much for the 2021 Mercedes Benz GLA what name? The one that I have my iPhone, GLA 120. That Benz is no less than $12 million. So you can spend that in a second. Walk into the dealership, boom, write your check on the money gone. And guess what you have done?
What?
You have converted that asset now to
A liability.
not only that. Let us say I think the Benz is an asset. Because I don't call my Benz a liability now. I don't care what I want to say. So,
A depreciated asset.
a depreciated asset. No. So let us say I did that. Take my 10 million, convert it from a long term. Let us say I sell one of my land.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mad state. I'm that crazy if you do that. And back it out and buy the GLA Mercedes for 10 million. As me drive it off of the lot, there goes $1 million out of my 10 million. Just like that, you know, in a second. Because when you drive it off of the lot, it's no longer new.
No longer new.
No longer new, guys. No longer new. So what it would suit me to do, guys, is if I want to drive the Mercedes-Benz GLA 180, is for 10 million or whatever it costs,
Mm-hmm.
is use my land as the asset.
Right.
Find a way to make that asset give me some money. So when I'm going to say to some farmers, listen, each one take an acre, and each one give me 50,000 a month, 10 owner, if it's 10 acres, 10 of you, so that's 500,000 per month. I would have 50,000, I charge them for 1 acre, each one of them go plant, whatever them want plant, do what them want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I use that 500,000 now to either save it up to the, so in a 10 months, me I have 5 million,
Right.
and in 20 months, I would have 10 million, and I could now go buy my GLA.
Right.
My Mercedes-Benz GLA. Or I go to the bank and say, hey, I'm getting 500,000 every month. This is the income coming in. How much is the loan to buy to get a $10 million loan to buy the vehicle? And I would pay about 200,000 per month. So in that case, it is not me paying for the Benz. It is the income from the land
Right.
that's paying for the Benz. So 200 out of it, and I still have 500.
So you still have your assets.
I still have my asset, right? So that's another lesson that you learned today. Do not convert long-term assets to short-term. Short-term. Another thing that's an asset for you is you yourself. You yourself can either be an asset or a liability. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to know which one you are. Now you can join us on Zoom at 5 o'clock. We're doing Think and Grow Rich. So you yourself can be an asset or you can be a liability. You want to comment?
Rude Boy says, what has helped me is doing a zero-based budget. I was able to get rid of a lot of waste, and now I can put away in excess of 2,000K per month US. That's in addition to the 15% I am putting away. What is a zero-based budget? I'd love to know what that
What
is.
has helped me is doing a zero-based budget. I was able to get rid of a lot of waste and now put away in excess of 2K per month US. It's in addition to the 15%. Good, Rude Boy. But I wanted to convert. Rude Boy, are you in my Zoom classes? I wanted to convert that to assets now. Convert that to assets. You would multiply your assets. Yes, you would multiply your assets, Francis. Look at it. The banks too, with interest on loans, credit cards, and bank fees, cutting into my money, cutting into your money in the pocket.
Exactly.
Right? Yes, thank you, Lucas. So when you have the money into the banks, them cutting into your into the fees. Oh, my bank fee. I went to do a deposit at a bank. I think it was JN. JN, I wonder if it's you. I think so.
What happened? You did a deposit at JM?
I want to do a deposit. The man says if you stand in this line for the cashier,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to pay almost $1,000.
So not only are they aggravated by staying in the line during COVID,
Yeah.
but they charge you on
I'm
top
gonna charge
of
you.
it.
So, him says, what is my option? Him say, I can write up this envelope and drop the money in the box. Of course, I just write up my little envelope and drop the money in the box. It's my mortgage, I was paid it, okay. I just say, Claudia, them bank you know why inside are free. Happy birthday. Thank you, Howie. Capricorn. Yes, Capricorn. The goat, strong footing.
Michelle Obama is also a Capricorn, January 17th.
Jacqueline said the wig has put some of the hairdressers out of business. Yes, definitely. So another thing now. So my daughters this week, we were in our family meeting and we're discussing about things that we need to pay for going forward or dump off or things that we're paying for now. Every couple of months you have to do that exercise, guys. So I hear my second daughter, the one who was on the ball out. So one of the things that came up was child care for Xander. I would say, okay, so we need, this has to now come into play for Xander because Tony and I can't manage him in the days. When he gets older, we can carry him around with us. But right now, at 3 months, we don't want to have him being tired on the road with us and so on. So we need child care as a part of what we pay for. So here my daughter ball out. No, this is Rachel. Here. So mom, what part of this are you how much of this are you going to contribute? People, I'm gonna fix my wig. Me have to back it up. I'm gonna say, hello. I say, stop right there. My income is not to pay reoccurring expense. Remember that. My income don't pay light bill, water bill, and look foolishness them, Netflix and food and I said no. I thought for you, Antonia, no. When I was younger, I had to be worrying about all of that. I look at him and read the book of the richest man in Babylon. So if you invest 10% of my income, right? My money is for capital expenditure.
True.
Get it, Tonya? Capital expenditure. My money I gonna build the wealth. Capital expenditure. So I don't draw me in on a reoccurring expense. So if it is that your reoccurring, I said to them, I said, if it is that your reoccurring expense cannot now cover Xander's child care, you need for to earn more money. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's what you told us.
Yeah, you not for to earn more money. You can't come drop your mother capital expenditure budget if you gonna pay reoccurring expense. No. And what happened? A lot of you are running your families. You must run your families like a business, right? So in a business, we know we must budget a part of the money for capital expenditure because the capital expenditure is what we're going to use on machinery. So like my money is to buy things like if the washing machine breaks down, I go into courts and buy a new machine, put it in. Fridge breakdown, go into courts. The capital expenditure, that's equipment. If one of my demolition hammers break down, I'm gonna pay how much million for because I have a healthy. If that breaks down, capital expenditure from a budget, from a business side, I have to replace it, right? No. In a business, we know that, hey, these are the recurrings. Your light bill, your water, for these guys, the child care, what else am I spend for? Food. That. That's a full part of the budget free. My part is capital expenditure. Now, ladies and gentlemen, those of you with dual income, triple incomes, you have a husband, you have 2 grown children who are working and all these things. You need to do like what we do. You need to say, listen guys, for the money of your recurring expense. So you pay the light bill, the water bill, the food, the this, the that, Me, I will deal with capital expenditure. So I will make sure that I buy the assets that will take this family into the next decade and beyond stabilized. Because without the asset, your family is not stabilized. First of all, if you don't own a home for yourself, as the landlord say, hey, you have to move.
True.
You have to run up and down. That's not stability. Right? So you need to do that. Get that under your belt and know the difference. So don't let your children them burn you about them why you pay light bill. And don't pay up in the light bill when you live in your house.
What?
So Tony and Rachel move out.
Why would you pay light bill for a child that doesn't live with you?
Exactly. Why would I do that?
They're in college? What?
No, you don't have to be in the house.
Oh.
You only get subsidized if you live in my house. That's my philosophy. I will subsidize you as long as you live under my roof. If you take up yourself and leave, you will no longer be subsidized. Right? No longer be subsidized. Rude boy, 25%, what's that?
Oh, they were trying to work out the bread thing, but I think it's 30%. The bread.
No, rude boy said 25%. Rude boy, so you're saying that the bread moving from, oh, Gifton, good evening. Thank you, Gifton from New York. Thank you. So, rude boy, you're saying that if the bread is $300 in January, and it is now it's a tree in Jamaica, but it's really $390 in now January 2021. That the bread price has moved by 25%. That's some serious movement, you know.
I think it's more than that.
No, that it must have done the maths. Yes, and Bob said that again. 20. No, but Ricardo said 30%. Come on, guys, which is it?
I think it's 30.
30. So Akeem Salmon says, so would you recommend putting your money in investments and less cash? But of course, Akeem, because the interest rate in cash,
The less cash you have on you, the less chance you can put it on do that. Spend it on do
spend it on rubbish. Because the interest rate on cash is, somebody tell me the interest rate on cash. Whichever country you are. In Jamaica, I think is maybe 1%, if so much. So if you had $300 in the bank in January, at the end of this year, you would have made 1% of $300. Yet, you put $300 in the bank in January, last year, January this year, you try buy the same bread. Can you buy the bread? Ricardo? Not Ricardo. Akeem. Can you buy the bread, Akeem? So everybody, what does that tell you? That cash is an asset, but it's not the best asset long term. Cash is short term asset. It's short term asset that you use to get long term asset, because long term asset is what is going to make sense. Right.
Cash in your hand don't make sense. Like you had cash in your hand this week, and at the end of the week you're asking me, but where's all the money?
Yeah.
I was like, when I gave you the money.
Cash in your hand don't make sense. You know? So
what did you spend it on? Food.
I don't even know. I'm thinking. What did I spend this money on? I don't even know. I know I buy some gas all the time, $5,000.
Yeah.
But that was it. And I'm thinking, where's this money? So where's this money? I mean, I can walk into Sharky's and literally spend $4,000 just for me. By the time I buy a 1 pound stew fish in a Tony, 2 festival, and I buy a salad, guys.
Oh, salad.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy them expensive juice, a $4,000 that easy, which is about $3 I think. No, $30 I think. 30 US.
Lauren wants to know, hi Tony, who makes prefabricated hoses in Jamaica?
Astro. Some persons use NHD refunds to purchase stocks as well. Yes, Lucas, they do, and I hope you have good results with the stocks. The book, The Richest Man in Babylon, teaches us to secure our principal first.
Akeem says he says his own is 50,000 and uses it to buy stocks.
My NHD refund is 50,000. Akeem, you can tell me how much money you make on the stocks. If I had 50,000, I prefer better go buy some cases of water or resell them. I kid you not, guys.
Branjamin wants to know, question, if you...
Or buy some eggs or resell them.
Eggs? Oh yeah, egg cells. Like
egg cells. Everybody buys eggs. Or I would buy underwear and sell them. In other words, I could take that 50,000, I kid you not, and I could double it. I could double that in a week. That 50 could be 100 for me in a week.
And not only that, it would be your own risk, not
it's
the
my
stock market.
own risk, and I would know what I'm doing with it. Also, the 50,000, I would now have some assets gone stock. which is real stock, by the way, people, not fictitious stock in your head. So when I take the 50,000 and buy some underwear, some eggs, what next thing I buy? Water, I'm gonna sell it back. Buy for $30, sell it back for $50, sell it back for $100. I would now have an asset. So those are now stocks in my store, which is on the balance sheet is real stocks. Those of you who try me see me trying to struggle to make the point, please write what the point I'm trying to make in here. The stocks that you say you're buying,
not fictitious paper,
is what's the word? First of all, let me tell you your own part of the company. I dare you to buy NCB, Scotia, or any of them.
Somebody
Walk
says
in there.
it's inventory.
Inventory. That's the word. I dare you to tell any one of those stock companies that you own piece of them company and you're gonna tell them how to run it. You told it? Walk in there and tell them. Think you're going to shareholders meeting and tell them. And the richest man in Babylon has also taught me, guys, I tell you, I must go read the book. The richest man in Babylon, sorry, has also taught me that I'm to secure my principal. So, all right, rude boy. Who said I'm gonna take it by stocks? Akeem, you have $50,000 that you gave NHT 7 years ago. Them giving it back to you now. You take it up and you give it to somebody. Them give you a paper and say stocks. Mark, I used to buy stocks too. But then I think about it and I said, sure. Have I secured my principal?
No, you have not.
Have I? Because the next day, which has happened to us, which stock did that to us?
Trans Jamaica.
No, it was a trans man.
Everything fresh?
Everything fresh. Those of you, we bought everything fresh for $2.50. Everything fresh right down to half price. Then probably they're below half price now.
I don't know.
Anyway, we sold out. So in that instance, when you buy stocks, the principal is not secure. You can wake up the next day and boom. Those of you who maybe bought mail, like my friend was telling me he bought mail pack, doing very well now. But it is such a risk. So if I have 50,000, 500,000, 5 million, I want to buy stocks. It's a gamble, right? I would buy some inventory because I can tell you the buy and sell still work. It still work.
It does.
My father, my auntie, them, the whole of them make money out of buy and sell. My father run a bar, run a beef shop too.
And especially if you're doing buying selling at where people get a steady pay. They just can't resist.
We used to sell fabric. That's why them can't resist. Them are shut-ins. So them not have the chance to go to the stores and buy. So you're doing a good service for them by bringing the goods to them. You understand? So would boy, I don't know. If I have 50,000, if I work in a big company, I find something with them more. Like I also did loans when I was at the company. I gave loans to people who wanted to buy when Digicel was coming in first. Nokia 3310. Give people loans to buy that, you know. Nokia 3310, that little phone.
It was like $3,000.
Was it $3,000 at the time, I think.
Okay.
Was it $30 or $3,000? I don't remember. Bob.
Tiff says I'm having the same problem now. My name is on my father's title. How soon will it take to get my name off his title? And he's trying to get her NHT loan.
Why are you trying to get his name off his title?
To get the NHT loan. That's when we're talking about the NHT loan.
I don't know if you want to take a name off the title. Go and plead to NHT that your father put a name on your title when you were little or something like that. Go and plead your case.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to take a name off the title.
Plead the case.
Because you already have an asset. What's her name? Tiff.
Plead the case first.
Why I don't see it? Where is it?
Right here.
I'm having the same problem. No, Tiff. If your name already Tiff, you may ball out to people and get them name on a title. Not just your birth certificate or your passport or whatever. Get your name on a title. That's the asset. That's where the wealth is, right? So if you told it, you think you don't want to go from the name of my title.
No. But we use our NHT already still. I understand her challenge.
Her challenge is that she wants to use an NHT.
Yeah, but just go and use a regular bank loan. I mean, the interest rate is a little bit more, but not that much.
Yeah, it's about 7.5 or 7.
Right.
And NHT may give her 5.
Or maybe she's young and she has 0% interest rate. Maybe that's what her challenge is.
All right, Tiff. Write the NHD a nice little letter. Explain that you did not have any part in the NHD putting in the
title,
in the
name being
father
on the
putting
title.
name on the title, and you don't think it is right. Use all of the nice things that you want to use. You think it is so. I think you have you're not treating me fairly because yes, Tim, you know if you use of the English language.
Yeah, and I've been contributing my NHT for years.
And
the Prime Minister said that we should own our own homes.
And I should get the benefit. I should not be allowed to take my 6.5. Tiff, write up a letter, man, and start a petition and plead the case. And then you alone in that. So start a YouTube channel too with that. Note that, man.
And start to whole thing.
Yeah, get the people, get NHD to look at their position on that.
And especially, I think if young persons are trying to buy the properties and their names are on their parents' title, I really think NHD should be lenient on that. I can understand if you going back for another property or something, but you're already.
But I don't think they should discriminate. What is this thing about only owning one home? NHT only wants to give you a loan so you have one house. After that, they want to go outside, right?
Mm-hmm. But if you went outside before them and then after, they should still allow you on it.
But I think everybody should get the 6.5,
Yeah.
irrespective of whether you have house, yes or no.
Right.
So if you have never gotten a loan from a National Housing Trust, remember, Tiff, they're taking your contributions compulsory. It's not voluntary, it's only overseas. It's voluntary. In Jamaica, we pay that compulsory. So if I'm paying it compulsory,
you should argue that.
Should argue that. Why am I not getting the benefit of like everybody else of the 6.5?
Right.
Just because I'm in a position where
my parents
put my name on a title. Why?
Argue it, definitely.
Yeah, argue it.
Well, maybe we're out of time.
We're out of time. What time is it? 5:07. 20 and 5:07. Did you take everybody's question?
We only took it point about half. There's so many questions.
So why you never take the people them question? If you own a property abroad, will it affect your buying power? Yes, it will. Because you're gonna look at the amount that
you're paying on
your debt service ratio. The amount that you pay on the mortgage is going to be factored in. Which area of real estate I specialize in? Mostly residential. Happy birthday. Thank you, Bird. So, still have to contribute. Yes, Maxie, you still have to contribute. What's the cost of acquiring a trust? Lawyer is going to come on. So, the trust lawyer is coming on Sunday coming to do the presentation. So, everybody come on early. Remember, we'll start at 3. Everybody give us a thumbs up. What you want them to do? Like or a thumbs up?
The Zoom link is not working. Somebody's saying.
You want them to give you a like or a thumbs up, Tony, for your algorithm.
I like.
Everybody give us
a thumbs up.
I like is a Claudia, you have to learn it. Everybody give us a like. Jamaicans should not be afraid to come home. I've never heard. Tony, I'm trying to read here.
Never heard what?
I'm trying to read.
I'm trying to get a new Zoom link.
Should not be afraid to come home. I've never heard anyone in the rich parts of Jamaica running away caused to robbery and murders. Yes, true, Angela, true. Davis, how's your birthday? Good. Why are overseas contributors not allowed to buy NHT home?
Usually because you have a home already.
NHT, they're not allowed? Overseas contributors are not allowed to buy NHT home.
You mean the homes that NHT build?
The homes that NHT build. Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I don't have enough. So they're trying to give local persons. You're looking for the Zoom link?
I am.
We're gonna put the Zoom link. Those of you who have the link already, it's the same link, right?
Same link every week.
It's the same link every week. So Tony is gonna try and give you the link now. But remember, everybody, you already have an asset every month when you get your salary, right? So convert that asset, which is cash, is an asset. Cash is an asset, a big asset too. Convert that asset not into liabilities. You're going to convert it back to an asset. If you can't convert all of it to an asset, you're going to convert at least 50% of it should be assets. In England, the credit system is different. If you have a clean credit, because you don't credit anything, or use credit cards, they don't give you a loan.
Somebody said, Tony, please look into doing a FAQ about buying property video.
FAQ, frequently asked question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tony, I need to write that down. The link gives an error message. All right, try the link now and let us know.
This one works.
So you should have it now. Whoever says that it was. All right, everybody. So we're going to run over to. Did you give them the mortgage officer link? We're going to put in the mortgage officer if you want to. You want to get a piece of land in Portland or St. Mary for a meal. There was a piece of land in Portland for 200 how much last week? 220 something thousand. But it's up in the hill. No water, no electricity. That's what you get.
And I think it was just 3,000 square feet.
3,000 square feet. It's a small piece, yes. So those of you on Zoom, opening up the Zoom now. Are you opening up Zoom now?
Not yet. I'm trying to find the link for the mortgage rep.
For the mortgage rep, and then open up the Zoom. You're gonna join us on. You can join us on Zoom. I have a couple minutes. I have to pop into Zoom in 3 minutes. Giving you the mortgage rep now. All right, so we will have lawyers on, we'll have surveyors, mortgage officers on, and they will answer your question. So the first one coming up is trust, which is next week. So you're going to join us early so that you can, we start at 3. Join us early so that you can
hear the presentation
and get the information about how you open a trust for your family. I think a lot of Jamaicans in the past, if they had done just that with the properties that they have, then a lot of us would not be struggling to start over. You know, like me, I had to start over. So just do that. All right, Tony. So you're going into Zoom?
Going into Zoom now.
You're trying to open Zoom even though we're in live?
I am. I'm trying to do.
You're trying to multitask.
I'm trying to multitask.
Guys, I'm learning digital stuff this year, man. It's a whole new world opened up to me. Whole new world. I can imagine for those of you who 4 people waiting, see them here. So you want to admit those persons. All right, so we're admitting you now. So if you want to jump over into Zoom, there's a link. Admitting now. All right, everybody. So we're gonna sign out of YouTube live because we have to get into our Zoom session. Thank you so much for staying with us, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye everyone.